So to start this off, we're going to grab our category 6 yarn, make a slip knot. I'm going to insert our 10mm hook, and we'll make a chain that equals 9 inches. From here, what we're going to do is start working on something that I like to call the faux knit stitch. So from here, we're just going to chain up 1, and then we're going to insert our hook into the second loop from the hook, and then slip stitch from there, and we're going to do that all the way down. Once we have our first row of faux knit stitches, what we're going to do is we're going to do more of these stitches. So we're going to chain up 1, flip your work, and we're going to be doing the same things, slip stitching but into the back loops only. And we're going to work this all the way down, and this is going to be the cowl portion, and we're now working on the length. So I'll insert the length of mine right here, and keep doing this pattern until you have the desired length that you want for your cowl. Once we have the length, we're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna single crochet along the length of the top, and then there's no real loops for you, so just keep an eye out. Go ahead and insert your hook wherever you can, but a quick tip is don't put too many loops into one section, otherwise it'll bunch up when it's connected. So from here, we already did our chain 1. You're just going to do 1 single crochet into the loops that we have. Once we have our row of single crochet, what we're going to do now is connect the 2 ends. So we're just going to sandwich them together, and then since our hook is already in one side, we're just going to insert our hook into the other, and then yarn over, pull through to secure them together. And from here, we're going to insert our hook in through both sides with a single crochet, and this is going to be the seam. This part's going to be flipped inside out, but you're going to make sure you get your hook into both sides, and you're going to do that all the way down. Once when you've connected the 2 sides together, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to do a single crochet along here as well, just like how we did on the other side, and we're going to be doing 2 rows of single crochet. Once we have our 2 rows of single crochet that we're just working on, I tied it up. I did a chain 1, and then I cut and I pulled it tight, and from here we're going to flip our work inside out, and then we're going to figure out where the middle is. And what I like to do is take a look at where the seam is, and then fold the seam off to one side, and then reach for the other side where the seam isn't, because when we wear this and flip it inside out, I don't want to be able to see this. I want this to be in the back. So we're going to grab this end. It doesn't need to be exact. We're going to insert our hook. Actually, we're going to insert our hook into the back loop only. So we're going to insert our hook here. And we're going to grab our yarn, if I can find the end, make a slip knot, and then we're going to do 1 single crochet into all the back loops that we have, increasing on the 10th one, which I will show you in a second, and then we're going to stop at the loop that's right next to the one that we inserted our hook on. We're not going to connect it all the way through. So from here, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then we're going to do 10, and then it doesn't matter how many of these loops you have. We're just going to do 10 because it doesn't need to be an exact number. We just need it to be a little bit bigger. So we're going to do, this is 2, 8, 9, and 10, and then in the 10th loop we already did 1 single crochet. We're just going to increase and do another single crochet like that. And then we're going to keep doing that, increasing on the 10th single crochets. So we've done 1 single crochet all the way around, increasing on the 10th single crochet, and then I'm at the loop that's right before the one that we inserted our hook into, and I've made the executive decision to go ahead and do a single crochet into that loop as well. So we have 2 of them in the same loop, and from here we're going to chain up 1, flip your work, and then we're not going to be working in the back loops only anymore, but we're going to be putting 1 single crochet into every loop that we have all the way back around to this end, chain up 1, go back around, and then this is going to be for 1, 2, 3 rows, and I'll meet you once when we have that. Once we have our 3 rows, we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to be putting 1 single crochet into every loop again, but we're going to be increasing in the 5th loop. So this is 3, 4, and then go ahead and put 2 single crochet into the 5th loop, and then continue with putting 1 single crochet into the next 4, and then do that until we reach the end. So we have 4 rows right now, and then we're going to do the same row that we just did, which is increasing in the 5th loop for another 3 rows, so in total 7. Just going to chain up 1, flip your work, and then increase in the 5th. So I have my 7 rows of single crochet, and now from here I'm just going to be putting 1 single crochet into every loop that we have, no increases, nothing fancy, and then I will insert how many rows I end up doing down here again, and then I'll meet you once when we have that done. So I'm working on the hood, and I have a total of 19 rows, or if you're not using this size yarn, I have roughly 10 inches. And from here we're just going to want the hood to taper up a little bit more, so we're going to chain 1, flip your work, and then you're going to do 1 single crochet into every loop that we have until we get to the middle. It doesn't need to be exact, you can eyeball this, and then we're going to decrease in the middle, but I'll show you how to do that once we single crochet all the way down until here. So we've done 1 single crochet all the way down till we're in the back where the middle is, and we're going to do 2 decreases. So to do 1, we're going to insert our hook, yarn over, pull through, go into the next one, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3. And there's 1 decrease, and then we're going to do another one, same exact thing. And then from here, we're going to single crochet all the way down until we reach this end. So we've made it all the way to the end. We're just going to chain 1, flip our work, and then do the same exact thing that we just did, which is putting 1 single crochet into every loop that we have. Once when we get to the middle, we're going to decrease and then keep going back and forth until we have the height of the hoodie that we want. And I will tell you what my height is when I have that finished. So I'm finished with the size that I need. The cowl is on the inside, and I have a total of 40 rows, and then from bottom to the top is about 17 inches. And then what we need to do from here is connect these 2 pieces like this so that it can form the hood. And how we're going to do that is we're not going to flip the entire thing inside out. Instead of having it closed like this, we're just going to flip it the opposite way. And then when we're done, we're going to flip it back, and then the seam is going to be on the inside like so. So from here, we're going to connect it the same way that we did before, which is just inserting our hook into the opposite side of the pattern that we have. And from here, we're going to make sure that we insert our hook into both loops on both sides. And we're just going to do 1 single crochet all the way through. And when we single crocheted all the way through, we're going to chain 1, pull tight, and we're going to cut this. And then we're going to flip it back the way that it was. So this is the hood all connected. And from here, what we're going to do next is just go around the opening with a single crochet just to make the edges a little bit more clean. So in order to do that, we're going to pick a side, going to insert our hook into the very first loop that we have, grab our yarn, and then go ahead and start single crocheting all the way down. And these are like before, there's not really a loop for you to go through, so you're just going to have to figure it out and make sure that you don't put too many single crochets like I mentioned before, otherwise it'll bunch up and it'll look a little funky. You're gonna have to redo it again. But go ahead and do this, and then I'll meet you once when we're done. And this is what we got when we did our row of single crochet around the edge and woven in all the ends as well. And this is very Obi-Wan inspired, meaning this is a very large hood, and I made it this way because your girl got a lot of hair. But feel free to make this and add any adjustments that you need to make it the perfect fit for you. And if you do, please tag me on Instagram and Twitter, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.